I'd eat your mother out. Tear my penis from the start. Ladies and gentlemen, Sia Simone was Joe's ass. Come on! What's up, everybody? It's NXT Takeover Sunday night. On August 22nd, 2021, NXT Takeover 36. You know, the last year has been plagued with subpar NXT events, in my opinion. Probably some of the worst ones they've ever done, you know. After, you know, most NXT takeovers, I would say up to about NXT Takeover 28, 26, NXT Takeover had been pretty damn good, like flawless almost, like 7, 8, 9 out of 10 every time. And during the pandemic, and even recently, you know, we've had some lesser NXT takeovers for the first time in the entire brand of this relaunching of the brand since, you know, 2013 or so. And so, you know, with that being said, you know, I thought tonight was kind of nice. You know, it was nice show. It was, you know, obviously I think if you're watching the main roster, the cross stuff really kind of got messed up. I think obviously the crowd chanting Hardy again during this is evident that they're, you know, they were altered. You know, the WWE fans themselves were affected by this. They were altered, affected, you know, whatever it is you want to say. We all were jaded a bit by that happening. If it hadn't happened, it would have made this more serious. Walter match, man. Holy hell. Dragunov and Walter just, I mean, listen, they had a great match, you know, a while back. You know, me and Jake, especially Jake, was telling me, man, this match was the hardest hitting thing that he'd seen, and it was so good to watch. It was one of the best things. And tonight they did it again, man. They really were, I believe, the story of the night.
A shit bomb.
Mario Rodriguez.
What a weekend of wrestling, fellas.
Really cool.
Cheers, clinking beer mugs.
What up? Mario Rodriguez. Yo, thank you for the beer mug, man. I appreciate it. Clank that friggin' beer tonight, baby. It's Sunday night. Let me tell you something, though. The women's wrestling tonight was better than SmackDown's women's wrestling. It's even better than some of the AEW stuff. You know, obviously, you know, AEW has a very strange women's division. And I know that this, you know, with Joe, you're going to sit there and compare everything. And that's one of the problems with NXT right now is that I feel the need to compare it to all kinds of other things. That's the only issue. You know what I mean? But this was a nice show tonight, I thought. I thought it was a good show. I thought this was a thumbs-up show. Wherever you were with it, whether you had it at a 6 out of 10 or a 7 or an 8, I really do think it was a good show because the Walter match alone. I mean, listen, Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe was nice little match, championship match. It was pretty fast. Samoa Joe just destroys. I mean, Karrion Kross is dead. Let's be honest. Karrion Kross is dead. He loses on the main roster. He loses his girl. He loses in NXT. This guy is as good as dead. And I got to give credit to AEW because Lance Archer was a fucking buffoon in AEW. This guy, Lance Archer, was a goddamn buffoon. I made fun of him all the time. We constantly made fun of Lance Archer. He is a buffoon. But recently, AEW turned Lance Archer around finally. This is a guy who for the last year, when he ended a promo, would say, everybody dies. And then nobody would die, and he looked like a moron, and he couldn't even pin people. Now he's pinning people and winning titles and looking destructive. So, yes, you could potentially resurrect or rescue Karrion Kross at this point, maybe. But right now, as he stands, Karrion Kross' stock is crashed into death. And in order to bring back the stability of the NXT Championship, Samoa Joe has to carry it. because that belt was starting to look like a fucking toy at this point because of what they did with Karrion Kross. Walter and Dragunov destroyed tonight. That was one of the best wrestling matches of the year. That is certainly the best wrestling match, I think, maybe at a TakeOver this year or close. If not, it might be since their last match. I mean, they just killed it. That match was fire. So, that alone right there, when you add up all the other matches, I mean, listen, and I thought Cameron Grimes and LA Knight had a nice match to start the night off. I don't know how I feel about it, 7 out of 10 or something, whatever. It was a nice little match. Okay little match to start the night. I thought it was good. That was good at that point. I think some of the pacing tonight was a little weird. Like I almost thought that Cole and O'Reilly should have ended the show. But based on the crowd reaction, it's probably a good thing they didn't, but it was hard to put them on after the Walter match because Walter and Dragunov just did so well. They really made that UK title feel like $1 million, bro. That belt felt like $1 million. 100%. That belt feels so over because of the way they fought. Now, the creepy promo in the back where you look like a goblin that was about to come and then the female announcer interviewer stared at him like he was a dork idiot, that was a little strange. But that being said, the match was fire. So, if I give LA Knight and Grimes maybe a 7, and you give Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, I thought they had this kind of like train wreck of a match that was nice. So I like that sort of 7 out of 10, maybe, something like that. So now 2 7s or 6, something in that vicinity. And then Walter and Dragunov, man, I'd probably give that a 9. I think I want to give that match a 9. I tweeted out a 9. I mean, I just loved that match, man. I got to be honest. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Jake is joining us. He might be, but he might have had. I don't know if he had a problem or if he didn't. I don't know what's up. Actually, we didn't speak a ton today because of the hurricane stuff. We were out doing things, but he may be coming. I think, although I'm not sure. He hasn't responded to me in a while, so he may have drifted away to sleepy. But. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of rumors to talk about, and we'll get into it. And I'm going to drift out of NXT into a whole lot of other wrestling stuff in a couple of minutes as well. But the fact of the matter is, so I think this is a solid NXT show. That Walter match is a 9. I thought the 3 Stages of Hell thing was a 7 or 7.5. Probably the second. Like it was a nice match. It could have been a lot better, but it was okay. It could have been better. And the two things are, where is Adam Cole going? He says, I'm not giving up my Twitch channel. Kiss my ass. I ain't giving up my Twitch channel. Adam Cole has a couple of decisions. Do you want to take $1 million that the WWE is offering Adam Cole $1 million for 2 years? 2 years for $1 million to be on SmackDown. And after travel expenses and taxes, you're talking about $650,000. Then you talk about merchandise and stuff. You're talking about he makes about $700K. So you take $700K from WWE, or do you take AEW with their $200,000? You take $200,000, and I don't know the exact numbers in AEW, but it's somewhere between $150 and $300. Somewhere between $150 and $300 from AEW. So let's say it's the best case scenario. Let's say AEW offers him $300,000. Well, his wife is making about, what is it? I think it's $150 to $150,000 or so, or whatever. So if his wife is making $150, and he goes to AEW too, I mean, well, then they're making about $500,000 as a couple. That's pretty fire, bro. $500,000, but you don't know how long you're going to be able to wrestle for. A year to 3 years to 5 years. You don't really know how long that can last. So you got to make the money while you can, because wrestling could end for you any point. The longer it goes, the less likely something could happen. So, I mean, myself, I don't know, man. I might take the $1 million from WWE for 2 years and then be like, all right, I'll go to AEW in 2 years. I got to believe they'll offer me something if I come over there in 2 years, at least $100K. So if I make $1 million right now, make $1 million make $500,000 for, every year for 2 years, and then jump over there for, $200K. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the whole numbers. These are the rumor numbers, but they seem like they are pretty viable. We know that, like I said, Jericho's making $3 million or $4 million. John Moxley's making $6 million. Highest paid in AEW. I'm assuming that CM Punk is making the most in AEW now. We don't know what his contract is for, but we're betting it's something significant. Punk's contract may even be set up with bonuses for the amount of money or amount of viewership they get. For all we know, Punk signed for $8 million or $5 million or something like that. And for all we know, if the ratings are at a certain level, he gets bonuses for $1 million, $2 million, who knows? We don't know. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. I have no idea. But Adam Cole, is he going to WWE main roster for $1 million for 2 years? Or is he going to take AEW's 150 to 300K offer? We don't know. We don't know. I myself would take the money for a year or two. I would tell WWE, listen, I'll stay for a year for 600K. Make it 600K for a year, I'll stay for a year. That's what I would do. And then if they said no, 1 million for 2 years, I might take that. I might do it myself. And then just be like, dude, listen, that makes me almost a millionaire, because I'm sure Adam Cole probably only has 50 to 150K in the bank, right? The guy's made $400,000 in WWE over the last four years, right? So that if he bought a home and has expenses and things, what does he have in the bank? 50K to 150K to 200K maybe? I don't know. Britt Baker's making so they're fine. I mean, they're doing better than all of us, obviously a lot better than me. But I mean, these are little decisions to make, So I would say, you got plenty of time to be happy later. Now, if Adam Cole had been making more money in the WWE, if Adam Cole had been making $500K in NXT a year, then at this point, and they offered him $1 million for 2 years, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to go to AEW. I'm going to take less, go to AEW and have fun and have a good time and help a company and be with all my friends and my wife, and that means a lot to me. And maybe it still does. Maybe you do leave $500,000 on the table because you just want to be with your wife and that mental health. And I hate to say mental health because it's not mental health, but that sort of comfort of being around your loved friends and family and things like that. Obviously, that can be more valuable than anything in the whole entire world. I know that it could be for me. If you told me that, I could see my kids and my wife, for $200,000 a year, when my wife makes about the same, and me and my wife can make $500,000 and see each other every day and take it easy in Florida, I mean, that's worth a lot. $500,000 a year, and we get to be a family all the time, as opposed to schedules all over the place, not seeing each other that much, and we get to make about $700,000 a year versus $500,000 a year. Oh man, you might be like, you know what? I ain't gonna do that.
I give this takeover a 9. I feel every match delivered. Dakota Kai is awesome. She's had some of best women matches, and roster just gets better with Kaylee Ray. Twinsider just reported this was Adam Cole last NXT. So main roster or AU?
That makes sense. So we all are on the same page that Adam Cole is going somewhere. Is he going to the main roster or is he going to AEW? We don't know. Thank you, Alexa's sweet ass, for the $3. And yes, I think every match delivered in some way. I don't think there was a bad match, which is really good news tonight. I mean, I've been down. Media One software says that info is false. Vince did not offer him $1 million. Really? Who said that info is false? Would you want to let me know who said the info is false? Nyla Rose makes $1 million in AEW. Legit, Nyla Rose makes $1 million. Man, I can't thank you guys enough for the donations, bro. Thank you for that. That was Alexa's sweet ass. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and my show and everything we do here. Obviously, I wasn't able to do anything today. I was worried with the hurricane stuff. I was doing all kinds of things. The videos are going to continue. They'll be back tomorrow. There's so much to talk about. And we're still waiting for the real rating of Rampage. And we knew that this Rampage rating was potentially going to take a while because of the weekend and everything else. We're really waiting to see what's going on. But yeah, it looks like this was NXT's last.
Yes. Brett
no
Murphy,
doubt about it,
$5.
I appreciate that. I took a look at the other site and I see the stream data, but I don't see anything there about it. I'm looking through all the news sites right now as I pause this advertisement or whatever that's playing. But yeah, I can't find that exact information. But we're going to find out what's going on. But what we do know about as far as AEW Rampage is we do know that as far as AEW Rampage goes, whatever they do over 800K is due to CM Punk, because the first Rampage was 750,000 viewers. So about 800K, anything over 800K is all because of CM Punk. And you can make a case that there's definitely 1.2 million off and on AEW viewers. So I would, if they end up hitting a number like, say they hit 1.5 million people watched Rampage, then not only does that give Punk 700,000, he drew 700,000, but he legitimately drew like 200,000 brand new eyes at that point. So you're talking about 200,000 brand new eyes, and he drew that other amount. In my opinion, there's sort of two numbers to look at. There's the number of viewers that have watched an AEW now for the first time ever, and there's the number of viewers that have watched Rampage and AEW for the first time over the record of their original. It's a Friday night. It's a horrible night. If they did that on a Monday night or a Tuesday night or another night at like 10 p.m. or 9 p.m., it would have been, the numbers would have been even bigger, no doubt, to me. But you give them credit. Listen. There's double credit to be given potentially. But as far as NXT tonight, again, going back to NXT, there's I still think that tonight was a solid show, man. I like tonight, and it probably, if Walter's match wasn't that good, it would be like, oh man, it would have been a nice show, I think maybe a nice 6 out of 10 potentially. But that Walter match and Dragunov, I gave that a 9. And so if this was a 6 out of 10 tonight, that 9 really propelled this show to a 7 at least. So I'm giving NXT right now a 7 out of 10 tonight. Again, because I think Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross, unfortunately, was just kind of dumb. Karrion Kross is garbage at this point. Just let him go. Samoa Joe as the champion is, I guess, just to legitimize the belt again because it's dead. And this is probably the story they were going to tell anyway, is Karrion Kross went to the main roster, but Karrion Kross being used and abused on the main roster has made his stock crash. And so the story is Karrion Kross character is dead, and he is just dead. That's it. Samoa Joe's back in NXT. Karrion Kross was one of the worst NXT champions of all time because of the situation, because of his injury. The first time he won it, he got stalled out because of that. And just, Samoa Joe sort of cements it again. The belt became a 5 out of 10 meaning. Now it's back to a 6 or 7 out of 10 meaning with Samoa Joe, I guess, whatever. So that match is a 6 out of 10 or so, or whatever, 6.8. I didn't really enjoy it that much. The 3 stages of hell match is a safe, sort of okay match. It could have been better, 7 out of 10. Dragunov, 9 out of 10. Women's match I thought was really good, maybe 7.5, 8 out of 10 for me. Cameron Grimes and LA Knight was a solid, nice opener too. I missed Ridge Holland's Trey Baxter's pre-show match, so I really didn't even see that. So all in all tonight, I would say, hey, listen, probably about a 7.5 out of 10 for me. I thought it was nice. And it definitely would have been better if there was a bigger crowd. That's another thing that we haven't talked a lot about is is the fact that the crowd isn't, they're still in this little fucking sandwich goddamn closet. Why is NXT still in a closet? They're in fucking Florida, dude. They're in goddamn Florida. And they're in this basement room still. I don't understand that. If you had even a crowd that was slightly bigger, I mean, how much does this place hold? 1,500 people to 3,000? Not even that. It's not that, right? It's like, how many people, guys, were there? 1,200 to 1,500 or 1,800 or something? Dude, grab a building that can take 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000. Pack a place with 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000, and this show tonight might have been a little better. The crowd would have made this show a 0.5, if not a point higher. So if I'm giving this a 7 or a 7.5, there probably could have been an 8 or a 7.8 or something. Something. It could have been somewhat better somehow, and that's just a fact, in my opinion. And so that makes a difference. The crowd makes a difference to me. But at least Walter, and Walter lost. We haven't even talked about that. I mean, dude, they put over the goddamn sleeper tonight. Like what the shit? Here's my question though. I do have a slight gripe, and maybe I'm missing something. So if somebody in the chat or wants, whether you want to say it in the chat or donate it or whatever you want to do, I'll try to read the chat. Answer this. Earlier in the match, Dragunov put Walter in the sleeper hold multiple times, but especially for a long, prolonged period of time, where he crawled on him, put it in. Now, I don't know if maybe it was just that he didn't have it cinched in the right way or whatever. That's okay. But I thought he had locked him in, and he made him fade with it, and he did it a couple times. But then at the end of the match, he threw him in the sleeper hold, and it was like Walter tapped out like right away. And I just thought that was weird that earlier in the match he was like fighting it and falling asleep and whatever else. And then later on, at the end, he was in it for like a second, and Walter was like, oh, fuck it. So that was my only gripe. But I thought maybe I missed something and I was wrong. And, maybe I wasn't, maybe it wasn't the sleeper hold and I was missing something. But that was my only gripe. Other than that, this match was one of the best matches of the year. And I got to watch it again. I'm not sure. I was like, I don't know if I want to give this an 8.5 or a 9.5. And then I settled with a 9. I'm probably going to watch it again, and I'll decide whether I think that 0.5 needs to go one way or the other. I don't think I'm going to go above a 9 because I really am, I like to protect that 9 and 9.5, and certainly like a 10 almost never happens. I just don't even do that. It's the Meltzer 5, although now he gives out those to AEW every second because somebody blows his dick or something like that. I don't know. Tony Khan rubs his cock or something. I have no idea. But, man, the Walter match was great. Dragunov and him with just chemistry that's amazing that they'll never use that chemistry on the main roster, nor would you ever want to see it anyway. So, and Walter will not be a star in the main roster because Vince McMahon, people saying in the chat, Walter versus Lesnar. Yeah, you know what happens? Lesnar wins. That's what happens. Walter Lesnar, yeah, Lesnar wins. That's what happens with Walter Lesnar. So that's not going to happen. You don't want that to happen, or you're going to be pissed. So you certainly do not want that to happen, chat. Just pretend this is a different universe and that there is no main roster because there basically isn't a main roster. Because if there was a main roster, Walter's losing the match. The pit bull blown in. He might be creeping. His ass might be leaking. He's wearing the pants, forgetting his pen, forgetting his friends. Is this how it ends? But we'll still pretend the Biden can defend. Oh, it's a weekend of Biden's. No matter what they say, we can make him talk today. Here he goes, and he's away. He's friends with all of the Nazis. Communism in China's great. It's America he hates.
Walter is a future WWE champion if Vince don't ruin him. Bark bark.
think flabby stomach titties Walter's a future WWE champion? Oh my God. Oh, Blonin, you're funny. You think fucking Neanderthal fucking squarehead is fucking, oh my God, you're hilarious. You are, without a doubt, fucking hilarious. If you think Vanilla Midget Dragunov and caved in head flat stomach man Walter are future champions, I mean, the only reason why Vince could possibly like them is because he might think of Walter Killer Kowalski because of Walter. And maybe he'll think a little bit of Andre and some of the old timers that he grew up, his dad loved. I mean, other than that, I don't think so. I think so. I think so. But do you think that? You trust that? You have that optimism about Vince McMahon? I mean, we got really lucky with Fatso Kevin Owens. Okay? We got really lucky that fucking garbage man look-alike Kevin Owens made it to the roster, had a good theme, and was treated with respect for the most part, and allowed to have good matches for a while. Now he's dead to the world, but it was great. And Kevin Owens had one of the best matches at a WrestleMania where there were no fans with Seth Rollins. They delivered. Kevin Owens open challenge, and he's had good things, man. Kevin Owens is one of the most successful people to come from NXT. It's almost amazing. And I don't know how he did it looking the way he does, other than that was a period in time where Vince McMahon was like, let's give it a shot. But NXT was crushing it. NXT was crushing it at that time. And so when Triple H said, Vince, trust me, Kevin Owens is really good. Here's what he can do for you. Vince McMahon trusted it. But now, no way. Vince McMahon believes that Triple H, for the most part, is wrong. He can't even beat and take out the AEW competition. And now Vince McMahon don't trust any of these guys. And, I mean, let's be honest. That is not going to happen, Pitbull. Unless Vince is gone and somebody else is making the decisions on what's up. That ain't happening. I mean, listen, if I was in charge of the WWE, I would bring Walter up to become, the United States champion or IC champion and put him and start building him right now. That's what I would do. If I was in WWE, there'd be people I'd be begging Triple H for. Can I call this guy up? I want him up here. Triple H would have to make deals with me for like main roster people to spike up my brand. Because that would be me. But, and I would change the format of all the shows completely. NXT needs a better format. NXT needs a better arena. WWE is all fucked up, and they don't care. But tonight, but all that matters right now is the fact that I saw a pretty good wrestling show tonight. A solid one from NXT. I feel comfortable giving a thumbs up for NXT. And the last, 5 to 6 takeovers? The last 2, 3, 4, 5 takeovers, I've been kind of quiet. We did the reviews and we said, all right, that was fucking not very good, I guess. Wow, I guess NXT is kind of over, or they did pretty good tonight, but it's, it's 6 out of 10. And finally, I think this is the best. I think this is the best or one of the best NXT takeovers of the last, I don't know, 7 of the last 7 or 8 takeovers. This is one of the better ones. And of the 5 bad, and I would say there's 5 NXT takeovers that aren't that good. 2 or 3 of them that are bad, right? There's 2 or 3 bad takeovers, and there's 2 or 3 not so good ones. This is above all of those. It's not that, and that's a win. I believe that, man. This match tonight was better than half the matches ever at a takeover. So, you got to prop this takeover up now to, I would say top. This might be in the top 20 or top 25. I'd say top 25 takeovers, which leaves 10 other takeovers below this. I believe that's how I feel. but maybe we're off there. And by the way, thanks for guys for hitting the like button down below and everything. Let's go to the donations. Links down below for Streamlabs, Stream Elements, and or you can super chat if you want to get me wet and get me hard. The hurricane fizzled out today. People asking me if I'm dead. No, dude, let me tell you, this hurricane turned into a tropical storm before it even got here. And on top of that, it turned west and missed me. I was like the last town over that it missed from like really doing anything. And we experienced a maximum of a gust of 50 miles an hour and no sustained winds beyond 50. It was ridiculously. Dude, the Walmart parking lot up the street from me was filled with rescue crews and shit. And they were just laughing. They were like, false alarm. And it was. Thank God, though. So, thank goodness it missed, and it really was nothing. So, that's the report on the hurricane for me. And I asked Hurricane Helms to please don't kill me. And he said he would try to do something, and I think he did. He really pulled it off. Thank you, Hurricane Helms, you little midget.
Did you interview with Nick Khan? He pretty much said Triple H is still gonna run NXT. They are just changing the layout of show. Maybe staging etc. they need out of Capital Wrestling Center. It sounds they are just not gonna sign indie people a lot no more.
I don't understand the interview with Nick Khan comment. I don't really get that part. But yes, I agree with you that they're just gonna, take it easy. The reason why they're not gonna sign too much indie talent anymore is because there is no indie talent really anymore. There isn't any. Do you guys see any indie talent? I don't. They're all hired. Everybody who's not hired is either another generic midget number 7 or something else. And yeah, they're still going to bring in indie talent to try out once in a while here or there. So, people are going to come in. But I think they're just going to make a more concerted effort to look for wrestling stars and entertainers. That's the big thing. Jerry Moore, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. What's going on? Hit that like button down below and wet me up so I can cream pie myself to sleep tonight. It's been a long week of wrestling, man.
Walter never said I quit. He said fire bad. Cross was just signed by Bill Watts to Mid-South. All these big money signings, you gonna have to release Marco Stunt. Since Sleeperhold is back, can we get some airplane spins? Becky get booed Friday?
Cross was just signed to Bill Watts Mid-South. AEW gonna have to release Marco Stunt. I bet they will at some point. I don't know. He's part of Jurassic Express, though, but he really doesn't need to be there. You really could just have the two guys in Jurassic Express. I think Marco Stunt will still be in AEW, but I mean, what is he making? $80,000, $60,000? Marco Stunt is making like $60K. The guy was living out of his car. Now he's making $60K. I mean, that's not bad for him. That's fucking awesome. I mean, at this point, dude, with the way my life is and how bad my life is, I mean, if AEW offered me $60,000, I'd be like, hell yeah. Like, of course. I mean, that's the most money a company ever paid me in my life. I've made $40K at a company for years and $30K. I've never made more than that at a company in my life. If AEW offered me $60K, I'd work there too, and I think that's what Marco Stunt makes. $60,000 with the option to that he can work anywhere or work any indie things as long as it doesn't interfere with AEW. So he can make a bunch of appearances and he can make himself anywhere from 10 to 50K extra a year. So if he makes $60K a year in AEW and makes an extra 40, 50, 30, whatever it is, I mean, then, $100K a year to be Marco Stunt. That's fucking amazing. For somebody, I guess, somebody like me, that would be amazing since I'm not worth a shit, Although I think I could be worth more to a radio station or to certainly to Sirius Satellite Radio. I think I could put a show together on Sirius Satellite Radio that would bring in better ratings than almost anything they have over there, other than a few things. I mean, I have no idea why, but you'd have to offer me more money than I can make working from home at a side, a real side job and doing this, But if some radio station said, hey, dude, for $100,000, come work at our radio station, I mean, I would take it. I get health insurance. I work at a radio station. Probably couldn't say some of the things we say here, but, I'd probably do that. I get it. I mean, I'm in trouble, but it is what it is.
Duncachino?
Don't mind if I do.
Yo, Zest.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Screw the retarded pitbull. Walter looks like Frankenstein. I don't like ugly people. I'm a natural-born singer who does duck faces into the mirror every morning. I also hate CM Punk and pro wrestling. NXT is dead, thank God.
Let me do this.
Kiss, kiss.
Mwah. What up, Zest? Kissy, kissy. Yeah, apparently Mr. Khan wants Raw to go to 4 hours, but he's like, yeah, we can't go to 4 hours, though, because whatever, buddy. We really should. Like, what a dildo. I mean, of course, yeah, you really should do 8 hours, too. I mean, you know, that's like me saying I should stream all day long. Maybe I'd make more money. Yeah, I probably would, but I'd be dead. It'd be stupid. You'd get sick of me. I'd run out of things to say. The computer would get hot. You know, it's like it'd get old after a while, after a couple of days. You know, there's something to absence makes the heart grow fonder. You know, I'm already live enough. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous to think that you could do 4 hours of Raw. He's like, oh, listen, the writers are great and everybody's so good, but man, nobody can do, to do 4 hours, ask them to do 4 hours of Raw would be, so, dude, you can't even do 1 hour of Raw. That's good. So you're a scumbag. Jorge Rubio. What's up, Jorge Rubio? How you doing, man? Jorge Rubio, thank you, my friend. XM is always an option. It's not for me. I've tried a million times. Back when my show was fire, I told them.
Khan, you mean the same guy who wants WWE Raw to be 4 hours long?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Adam Cole is good as gone. Check your DM.
Mr. D. Welsh. Yo, D. Welsh, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum, man. Hey, we just hit 70. I just hit 70 million views all time here on the Joe Cronin Show, too, the other day, which, by the way, some of those views aren't counting because they're privated videos, but, officially 40 million it says, but it's 70 million when you add the videos that were deleted and stuff. I count, trust me. Thank you, D. Welsh. Yeah, XM is not an option for me, really, though, whoever said that. Jorge said that. I mean, I wish it was, but, I mean, dude, when I had some co-hosts and some other people that were fire and I was ready to put stuff, I submitted all kinds of things to people, and I was like, dude, we will make the ratings and the subscriptions go. I will draw, I know what to do. I had this whole plan about driving people from my channel to XM and doing what Joe Rogan does, where he puts up the shorts now and drives people to Spotify. I was like, dude, we're getting hundreds of thousands of new viewers every month. I mean, like, there's no reason why we can't drive a show and become popular and whatever else. But they were like, we don't know, so it's whatever. But, yeah, and the radio station that offered me a job years ago, a couple different ones did, they were paying $30,000. One of them wanted to pay me $24,000. I said, dude, I've got a regular job where I make $40,000. I can't leave that to be on the radio for 30 hours a week for $24,000. I mean, and maybe that would have been a doorway and I should have done it. But, I mean, no, because look at what, what I mean? I'm doing better on my own YouTube channel and shit like that. So, but yeah, but we're comparing this to the NXT wrestlers and the AEW wrestlers and all these guys. Dragunov, what a beautiful match. What a night. I love this belt. Man, the UK title is just fire, dude. It looks beautiful. It really does. That title is just awesome. I love the belt. The belt's so over, man. It's funny because the NXT championship looked goofy tonight. It looked goofy partially because of what they did to Walter on the main roster. He's missing Scarlett and just so many other things, And yeah, we got some information going on I don't know what this is. Britt Baker said ? There's a new bio. I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on. Adam Cole's match ended. The Young Bucks changed their bio. It has a video that links to a video about famous senseis. What is that? Adam Cole was killed on BTE in the past. Oh, I see. Bring back people from the dead. Adam Cole, All Elite. I don't know. I can barely read this writing, though, on Twitter. I'm sorry. I hope that's what that said. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe Adam Cole is just going to go to AEW. Now, I think Adam Cole, if he goes to AEW, I believe he can just show up Wednesday. So if Adam Cole is going to AEW, he can just show up this Wednesday, which is kind of crazy. That's some crazy shit, bro. Can you imagine that? Punk is there Wednesday and then Adam Cole showing up? That's kind of crazy. Raw needs to be a complete makeover, says Todd Fair. I mean, yes. Raw needs a complete makeover, there's no doubt. I mean, SmackDown's in trouble too, but, SmackDown's got the ratings, I guess, to justify something, and they got Roman. But, I mean, SmackDown, they all need help, man. SmackDown could be better, can be a lot better. It's not SmackDown, to me, is a 5 or 6 out of 10. It should be a 7 or 8 or 9 out of 10. It should never be a 5 or a 4 or a 6. And Raw is a goddamn 1, 2, or 3 out of 10. That show should never be below a 6. These shows just should not be below a 6. Maybe once in a while you have a stinking 5, but the fact that Raw is a 1, 2, 3, 4 almost every week, and dude, that's bullshit. It shouldn't be. And the funny thing is, I know that PG, forget it, right? We can write a good PG show. You can write a good PG show that's a 6, 7, 8, or 9 out of 10 or something. It doesn't matter, TV 14 or whatever. But why are we catering to the kids? Because they're not there. The kids' demographic is gone. I was talking to Shang's View earlier, and he was like, why is no one watching me? All these things. I'm like, dude, because there's no children watching. Your demographic used to be 45% of his demo was below 20 years old. Below 20 years old. And those people are gone. So because of that, there's no one that watches. Immature content or content that's, more silly. Even my channel sometimes, I'm a little bit out there, but it's my average age has gone up. My average age of my viewership was, most likely it was somewhere, when I started, it was 18 to 24. That was my average viewership, 18 to 24. And I know that some of it is the audience getting older. I get that. But there's no new audience. You know what I'm saying? Where's the new audience? The WWE's children audience is dropping. The demo is is higher. And my average viewership now is people that are 26 to friggin' 35. You know what I mean? My average listener is friggin' 32 years old or 34 years old. But my average listener used to be 22 years old. There's no new young talent. Or there's no new young audience. They're not making a big new young audience. Yeah, there's a lot of young viewers still, but they're not creating that many new ones, and they're not sticking around for long. Even the Bailey girl. Remember the NXT Bailey girl? What's her face? That girl that was so, I love you, Bailey and Sasha, and she was a little kid in the front row.
Joe, I want to get froggy style with Leah, and Joe, I need you, yo, change my underwear. It's time to play with my grundle this Friday night, Joe.
Right. What's up, Bill? What's up, Bullfrog? How you doing? Kiss my dick, Bullfrog. Yeah, we're all a bunch of 30-year-old boomers. I'm 37. You know what I mean? I've got a younger personality, I think. You know what I mean? So that helps, I guess. But, I'm 37. My mother is 70. My mother is a boomer. She literally is a baby boomer. My mother is actually a goddamn baby boomer. I still feel like I'm 25 or something, but I'm not. It's I'm 37, bro. We're all getting old here. But dude, Dragunov was great. So anyway, NXT was good tonight. I think NXT was a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe it should be an 8. Maybe I'm sliding it a little bit. I think it would have been an 8 if there was a full crowd. If there was a full crowd in an open arena, this would have been an 8 out of 10, probably. I'm giving it a 7.5. That's what I'm giving it, and I'm happy with NXT tonight. Very happy that I watched this show, and it was short enough, you would expect out of NXT. Short and sweet, or not short, not in a bad short. Just the right thing, Not you could always use one more match, maybe on a takeover, but again, delivering quality over quantity here is wonderful, and that's what we've loved about NXT since takeovers began. That's what we noticed right away off the bat. Triple H has said it. They go with a 4, 5, or 6 match formula, but usually it's a 5 match formula, and it's just right on a Sunday night. And after that goddamn marathon we watched last night of SummerSlam, after COVID and all the shorter pay-per-views, going to SummerSlam until midnight last night was, oh my God. Last night was friggin' like torture almost. It was eye-opening. It was like you weren't used to it. You were like, oh shit, that's right. This is a goddamn grind. Being 6 hours or whatever it was. Like it was, what was it, 6 hours? It started at, when the pre-show starts, 7? Yeah, if you watch the pre-show, that was 5 hours of shit. It wasn't 6, it was 5 hours. But it felt longer. It felt like a marathon last night, to me. Show gave me nightmares. A lot of the people in the chat giving out their ages. That's sweet. What's up, Sir Cardinal? This show let you down. Wow, you didn't like it. Holy shit, Sir Cardinal. Wow. I mean, I'm giving it a 7.5, but I guess if you thought this show tonight was going to be a 9 or an 8, you'd say, yeah, let me down. But I still think it's a 7.5. I thought the women did pretty good. Dragunov's match was fucking fire. And the Adam Cole's 3 Stages of Hell match, that I think either that was sort of like so-so or maybe slightly under-delivered there. And the main event, I really just thought was going to suck anyway, so to me, I can see some people being so hyped for Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross, but I was not hyped for that at all. It was kind of just get it over with. So I guess there wasn't a negative for me there because I just figured this is going to be terrible, so who cares? So I can see, though, if somebody was like riding on that match or the 3 Stages of Hell.
I still can't believe Vince took them hot blonde from Kross. Why wouldn't you want her on TV?
I don't get it.
People are now chanting, where is Scarlett every show.
Right.
Kross is buried.
Yeah, Kross is done. He's Mark Marrow, but at this point, but they Mark Marrowed him. He didn't need to be Mark Marrow. He was fine. But the minute you took her away and then made everybody want to chant for her, like now you've marrowed him. They marrowed him. And they didn't need to. He didn't need to be marrowed. So friggin' ridiculous. Alexis Sweetass, thank you so much for the donation, Alexis Sweetass. You filthy sex pistol. Be a family all the time, as opposed to schedules all over the place, not seeing each other that much, and we get to make about $700,000 a year versus $500,000 a year. Oh, man, you might be like, you know what? I ain't going to do that.
I give this takeover a 9. I feel every match delivered. Dakota Kai is awesome. She's had some of best women matches, and roster just gets better with Kaylee Ray. Insider just reported this was Adam Cole last NXT. So main roster or AU?
That makes sense. So we all are on the same page that Adam Cole is going somewhere. Is he going to the main roster or is he going... So I wanted to play that back because I wanted you guys to hear that donation again because there's so much in that. Adam Cole's going somewhere else probably. Main roster AEW. Looks like could be AEW. Looks like more likely. And Dakota Kai is just phenomenal. I love Dakota Kai. It's something the way she overcommits into selling and going for it. That smashing into the ropes with her stomach and flipping over, that part looked great with Raquel. I really love Dakota Kai. And the stuff that she's obviously done with Tegan Nox. I mean, her and Tegan Nox's that first hardcore match or whatever they did, I'm in love with this girl and Tegan Nox, both of them. Because they hit that chemistry in a match and made a match exciting to me. That's one of my favorite matches of the last 2 years. 2 smaller women. And although, I mean, they're not small, but I mean, they're sometimes women are so frail in there. These women really, like, they made that match awesome. And so I thought, again, Dakota Kai, this is another, if you're going to make a top 10 of Dakota Kai, I mean, this is on that tonight. I don't think Raquel is always the best yet. I'm not 100% on her yet. But these two had a pretty good chemistry, I think, in a really good women's match tonight. And so that means something to me. I think it was maybe the 3rd best match of the night. Somewhere in there. Or 2nd match of the night, maybe. I'm not sure. So that made me happy. And yeah, Dakota Kai going to the main roster, I mean, that's I mean, we may never see her be her again now. We may never see Dakota Kai put on another good match. We may never see Tegan Nox now put on another good match. We will see two women who earned a spot on a main roster who could potentially increase their income and make some money for themselves in a company that makes a lot of money. Will they ever become a character that is must-see and amazing? Will they ever be allowed to have a wrestling match that tears at your heartstrings or that makes you excited or makes you happy? Probably. It's not looking good, probably. So that's the problem. That's the problem to me. And that's the shit that irritates me. And I'm just depressed by the whole thing. Anytime I hear going to main roster or could they go, like, I hate it. I hate the main roster because it ruins everybody. I wish there was no main roster. I want there to be NXT and NXT only. And all the investment now all the investment you put in NXT. We've said this for 2-3 years now, especially 3-4 years maybe. Actually 3 years straight. That it's like it's a demotion, and usually it's not good. It's a demotion at this point. I don't know, man. The stuff that made Nakamura exciting. Nakamura was exciting in NXT because he had an amazing entrance. An amazing entrance. And then when he came out with his amazing entrance, he then put on a pretty amazing performance and an exciting performance, I think. And it was like, man, this is the total package. I think the guy is an 8 out of 10 in the ring. And I think his music entrance is a 9 out of 10. Fire. But then you go to the main roster and it's a 8.5 out of 10 entrance. And then the matches and the character are nothing. Almost meaningless. And so you lose a part of the meaning and the reason you care about the guy. And now the guy just comes out and does a really over-the-top entrance, which now his entrance, it's almost like a mockery of his entrance. Now Shinsuke Nakamura is...
Tegan is already dead on main roster, they changed her name. And she been in 3 title contender matches already without getting tag titles shot with Shotzi. If Dakota comes main roster, she will be known as Kai.
Here comes Kai versus Nox. Right? Because isn't Tegan Nox? Tegan Nox is Nox now. Did you notice Cole used Britt Baker's finishing move on Kyle? That's funny. I didn't think about that, D. Welsh. You're right. That's hilarious. That is funny as fudge. I don't know why I just censored myself. Adam Cole turned down $1 million contract. They fired his friends.
Duncachino? Don't mind if I do.
Someone says.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
With this weekend of wrestling, AEW was the winner of the weekend with a 20-minute CM Punk announcement.
Brian Owens, yo, Brian, thank you, man. And Brian, thanks for becoming a $25 producer for the last couple of months here on Patreon. I'm going to have some content for you guys up on Patreon tomorrow and this week. Please stay tuned on Patreon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With this weekend of wrestling, AEW, the winner of the weekend with a 20-minute CM Punk announcement. I agree. I would say the CM Punk announcement wins the week. The Dragunov match is number 2.
Hurricane? More like fin to be a breeze. God laughs at weathermen. Raw should be 45 minutes on Telemundo. Cross signed by Jim Crockett to Mid-Atlantic. Samoa Joe is leader of new WWE generation. Sam Roberts looks like a...
Yeah, Sam Roberts does look like HBK. I actually told him that once when I interviewed him. When I was interviewing Sam Roberts, I told him he does look like Shawn Michaels. I said he also looks like a bunch of people, really, but yeah, he does. Sam Roberts 100% looks like Shawn Michaels. I told him it to his face.
For me, I would have to say, without offending anybody, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I got to sit in his house. I did 2 of his podcast episodes, and then he did one of mine. The 3 interviews kind of went up one after the
Right there, I was thinking, who cares? You got a Brie Mode shirt on.
other after the other, and they were some of the funnest things that I've ever done. To sit in Stone Cold Steve Austin's house and just talk wrestling for hours.
Broken Skull Ranch.
Yeah.
Dude, I was just a dickhead to everybody. Like, people must have they must have been like, there was some dickhead who was trying to interview me, and he was like a real just piece of shit. And I had a lot of fun with that.
Just comes up all the time. Sam Roberts looked like Shawn Michaels' little brother.
I've heard that too. I've heard if Shawn Michaels and Carlito had some kind of bastard love child.
Sideshow Bob, too.
Sideshow Bob, yeah, had come out looking. Also, Malcolm Gladwell, for those of you that read out there.
I'm just an asshole. That's all.
Right. I was just thinking that.
Fine that they are here. He does look like Malcolm Gladwell. He really does look like Malcolm Gladwell, too. That's like a very good comparison. But yeah, Sam Roberts is hilariously like HBK. We had a lot of fun that day, by the way, because I was next to Roberts' booth, and we had a lot of fun. He is a cunt, though. No, he's actually a good guy. I don't think he's like... I often wondered, like, how this guy had this position. I felt like you know what I mean? Like, but what I can say is he's a good guy. Like, as opposed to Rosenberg, who's just a fake fuck. Peter Rosenberg is a fake fucking he's fucking weird. You know, he's a weird fake person. I don't know that guy. Rosenberg is such a fake fuck. Sam Roberts is Sam Roberts for the most part. I can tell you that. You can make fun of him and whatever all you want, but as far as I'm concerned, at least that Sam is a nice guy. You know, and he tries to do little things by being a character a little bit sometimes, but he is a good guy. You know, but that Rosenberg guy that guy would sell you for a fucking bottle of water. You know, Sam Roberts I don't think would do that. I don't believe. But maybe I'm sure he's not the greatest person, you know, but he's not. If I had to be stuck somewhere, I would take Sam Roberts, I think, over Rosenberg. Check this tweet out from Young Kane. Adam Cole turned down $1 million contract. They fired his friends. They wouldn't let him stream on Twitch. And they kneecapped the man who was his biggest hero. Not going to say that's why he's walking away, but wow. If that is, that's integrity. So you don't know why he's walking away, but you're going to give him integrity. I don't know if it's integrity. It's just like you forced a guy. You literally fucked with a person. Like, to like where he's like, I'm out, dude. Like, you know? Meanwhile, I mean, listen, Antifa and the Proud Boys are having the funnest time of all of us. They're out there playing Warzone. You guys, listen, if you want to be a LARPer, good for you, but there's no adventure in LARPing. You guys can go to Portland right now with paintball guns, gas grenades, and knives and shields and helmets, and you guys can go play Warzone for real. Like, fuck all this paintball range shit and laser tag. You can literally go play war right now with a little, like, very little chance of being killed. It's like a very small chance. Like 99% chance you're not killed, right? If you went to go become a soldier and go into a war right now, there's a pretty good chance you could be killed. And a lot of people really want to kind of do that. They want to play War Hero. They want to play Warzone, real life Warzone. But if you go to a paintball range, it's just like dumb. It's like, cut. It's like, there's no risk of anything. You know, it's stupid. Laser tag, there's no risk of anything. I'm more excited playing Call of Duty online or Halo or something, you know? But now you guys can go to Portland with Antifa and the Proud Boys. Just pick a team. Pick a team. They've got gas grenades, paintball guns. They got milkshake acid things. I mean, let's go. They got gas masks. I mean, dude, you really want to take paintball to the next level? You want to take your fucking like weird LARPing shit to the next level? Smoke bombs and fireworks, smoke bombs, fireworks, paintballs. You know, some objects that could hurt you a little bit. You know, there's a 15% chance that you may get like minorly injured, which is exciting. That's exciting. 15% chance you could get minorly injured, like a bruise or a bump or whatever, a cut. And the 75% chance you'll be fine and get to run around and cause potentially a minor injury or something. Let that steam off. Let's go. Take your paintball to the next level, dude. Dragunov becomes the UK champion. Man, they put the sleeper hold over tonight. They put extreme paintball. That's right. That's what it is. That's extreme paintball. That's what it is. Molotov cocktails. Yes. I'm sorry. I left those out. See, it's exciting. Guys, let's go. Antifa versus the Proud Boys. Let's go. Just pick a team. Pick a team. You know, and both teams are garbage, but who cares? Just pick a team. You guys, we can do it. We can stop LARPing. LARPing with the wooden swords, pretending. You know, take a fucking chance without taking a chance, really, because you probably won't get hurt, really. But you can have some exciting fun. You can pretend like it's life or death when you're throwing a smoke bomb, a Molotov cocktail, and a couple of fucking rocks. Fucking hilarious. But no, man, they put the sleeper over again. It was awesome. I had a lot of fun seeing the sleeper be over again. That was fire. This was the match of the night. I give it a 9 out of 10, and I give NXT TakeOver a solid. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. It might deserve a little more than that, but I'm being salty about the fact that there's not a big fan, not a bunch of fans in the arena. I'm being salty about the fact that I believe this should have been in front of more people. I really believe that this should have been in front of more people. 100% in my opinion. And I don't understand why they're still in the basement room in the back, jerking around with this stuffy, dark setting in front of what sounds like a smattering of people. I don't think they should be in front of a smattering of people anymore. I think they should be in front of a larger audience, even if it's only 1,000 more people than what they had here. There should have been at least 1,000 more people watching this show tonight. I would say 1,000 to 3,000 more people. I don't think this is an acceptable situation. But that's me. And I don't know why is that D. Welsh blowing up the phone? Let me see what D. Welsh is saying. What up, D. Welsh? You've got the big one. What's D. Welsh? D. Welsh might be telling me some news right now. Let me see what he's saying. Or he's just jerking me off. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it says, Cole did not sign a new contract with WWE as of Sunday, according to Fightful. Cole did not sign a new contract, and the belief is Cole is officially a free agent. So that is the third source, third place to back up, and probably the first official place to back up that he has not signed anything. Adam Cole is not signed with anybody yet. Obviously, you know, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, technically, Cole could show up on Dynamite. I mean, on Dynamite without a contract. He could show up on Dynamite with no contract. Tony Khan could be like, hey, Why don't you come hang out in the locker room and come hang out and like whatever. We'll even put you on the show or maybe you could be in the crowd or something, and we'll do something like that. Come hang out. Just hang out. We'll give you all the catering. Or maybe he says, hey, man, listen, we'll throw you, $15,000, come hang out, or $10,000, pay you $10,000, come make a appearance or whatever. It's nothing official, but let's, see what it's like, see how you feel, and take it easy, nothing big. And he could say, fuck yeah. Because I think he's right. He's got the same situation in his contract that allows him to appear, the same thing that Aleister Black had go down with him, I believe. So we may get the Adam Cole breaking out of jail video at midnight, guys. What if that happens? What if at midnight on Twitter we get the Adam Cole fucking breaking out of goddamn the jail? Just like all the other things. That being said, I think we're going to wrap it up tonight, man. I don't think there's a whole lot more I really wanted to say about NXT. We don't know the latest on Cole. I'm sure I will be making videos. When news comes out on anything, I'm probably going to be putting out videos. So, guys, make sure you hit the bell. If you don't hit the bell, you won't get an alert. Probably. And if you don't check my channel every day constantly, you're going to miss stuff because people say it all the time. Oh, Joe, you're going to see what happened. And I'm like, dude, I made a video on that an hour ago. Now, sometimes I do miss things, and I like when you guys tell me about stuff. Even if I've already done it, I really appreciate that you reach out to me to tell me. Even if I'm like, yeah, dude, I made a video on that an hour ago. And you're like, oh, sorry, man, shit, I didn't see it. I only tell you that so you can go watch the video or check it out or whatever, or so you can realize that you're missing it. But, I really appreciate you guys because half the time it's one of you telling me that makes me see the news first. So even though 900 other people tell me after you told me and I already figured it out and made a video, somebody started that. One of you guys got to me first. So I thank you guys for being that awesome. That if I miss it on Twitter or I was busy and I happen to flash look at Twitter and I'm not paying attention and I don't see the news, but I see you tweet me like, dude, you see the news? And I'm like, whoa, what news? Oh, shit, oh, fuck, what's going on? And, you guys sometimes are the reason I see it first. So, I can't say enough for that. So keep doing it. I love it when you tell me. I'm never ever going to be like, you idiot, I made a video an hour ago. That's not how I mean it. I'm definitely happy that you're telling me about it. Because even if I've already done it, I'm like, hey, man, thanks for trying to give me a heads up. And I'll give you the heads up that I made a video so you can go see it. That's what happens. David Pasternak is at at King's game? What the hell is he doing? A King of Kings? Where is Pasternak? What's he doing? Is he at the Revolution game? Where is he? He must be in his country. That was going on there. I think that's it. I'm trying to look around to see if I can find...
Adam Cole merchandise is currently 40% off on WWE Shop.
Oh, shit. Alexa's sweet ass, thank you for the $3. Oh, wow. We'll see. We will see. I would love to see if that's... it really seems like he's gone. Unless this is like some kind of big fake leak, it really does look now... guys, if he shows up in the WWE at all, what a swerve. Listen, if I was the WWE, I would want to pretend he was going somewhere else. If I was the WWE, I would pretend that we took his Twitch away, that he can't do anything, and make you think he's going to AEW. And then when you bring him into the main roster, everybody goes, oh shit, it's Adam Cole. Again, I said this before about Daniel Bryan, because you have nobody that you can sign to make fans go, holy shit, they're here. All you can do is bring back Brock or bring back Goldberg or bring back somebody like that. But you have nobody, that can do that. But they don't value the indie guys or the NXT guys like that at all. So they're not even going to do that. That's my mistake in thinking that, oh, I would do that. That way you seem big and important to some of the indie people. Like, shit, Adam Cole's here. Oh, my God. But you can't do that. There's no generating that. All you can do is everything you do is wrong in WWE. Unless you overhaul everything. Everything you do is wrong. And all people want to see are people show up in AEW. Not a lot of people can go from AEW to WWE. There's no excitement for that. And WWE is too stupid to be able to do it or want to do it or even think about doing it anyway. And listen, we've seen this before in WWE. We saw this back in the day when WWE was failing. Everybody was jumping ship to WCW, and you couldn't wait to see who was going to show up next in WCW. Oh my God, Roddy Piper's in WCW. Oh my God, this guy's in WCW. Oh my God, Hulk Hogan is in WCW. Oh my God, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are in WCW. What the hell's going on? Holy shit. Oh my God, Bret the fucking Hitman Hart is in WCW. Oh my God, this guy's in WCW. If anybody went to WWE at that time, it wasn't really that big of a deal. It was kind of stupid. Exhibit A, Stone Cold Steve Austin goes to WWE after ECW and WCW. Nobody said, oh my God, he's here, stunning Steve Austin. No. Most of the crowd said, I don't even know who this guy is and whatever. And the ringmaster, the ringmaster, this is dumb. This guy sucks. This guy's boring. That's what they thought and said. But by the time Vince McMahon woke up, Chris Jericho debuts, and it's a fucking fire sale. Because at that point, WWE was the cool place to go. So a WCW guy going to WWE was wicked cool. Because the brand that was cool had a guy who was underutilized or in a stale place coming to it. Yes, we like that person already. That company sucks. He sucks, kind of. But we're in a great company over here, and we kind of like that guy over there. But whatever. What are they going to do with him? Nothing, probably. Oh, my God, he's here. So it's not impossible for WWE to turn it around and make themselves, again, the place to go. To build up your company for the next 1 year to 2 years to the point where when the Young Bucks or somebody like that's contract is coming up, you're signing people. And you can't believe they're coming to your brand. You're at the point where MJF's contract comes up and your WWE, who is now TV 14 again, also you let people cut their own promos and you've gone back to being the best place to be or close to it, to where WWE is as exciting or better, probably better maybe, could be, than AEW. And now when MJF's contract comes up and AEW offers him $2 million and the WWE offers him $4 million and he comes to the WWE audience pops. Because like, holy shit, fucking MJF is here over in WWE, what the fuck? And then you let him cut one of his crazy promos on WWE. That's right. We're going to start calling out all the fat people in the crowd, you know? Holy shit, I can't believe they're doing it. It can happen. It's not going to in this day and age and with everything in WWE, but listen, it can be done again. It's not impossible because it already was done once. But right now, what it is AEW is more exciting. The only thing WWE has going for it is the money they're making, their business model, and the money they make, and they still are the WWE, which has all the years of goodness from behind and in the past and the lineage, so that they still have about 2 million to 2.5 million people to 3 million people, really, that off and on watch the product. WWE still has that good faith and the lineage, the name, and the prestige of the past, and the 3 million people that will still watch them off and on. That's what they have. You don't have that yet as AEW, but you do have the excitement, and you are grabbing a hold of the people in the key demographic. The WWE in the key demographic is falling apart. They have real older people watching, stupid people watching, and some younger people that are still watching, that they still churn up. But those groups are all fading. So what's going to happen? We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. But right now, it's like WWE doesn't care. Right now, like NXT was great tonight. I love NXT. We're moving on. I'm talking about the bigger picture now. NXT is great. Still love NXT. I really do. They suffer from a few problems tonight. But WWE is like an alcoholic that doesn't want help. WWE, this is literally the frustration. Please, Jeff, go get help. You have a drinking problem. Your life is going to shit. You're missing work. You lost your job again. You're ruining your marriage. Please, Jeff, go to Alcoholics Anonymous. Please get help. I don't have a problem. Fuck you. I make fucking $150,000 this year. At my job, you make $40,000. What the fuck do you know? You're gonna lose your wife and your kids, Jeff. You're gonna hurt. You're gonna blow up your liver. You're gonna die. You're going to fucking die. I can't even hang out with you anymore. I don't care. I make money and I do what I want after work. Fuck you. You're never gonna get the guy to listen. You have to hit rock bottom in order for an alcoholic to listen. Usually, they got to hit rock bottom. The wife has to kick him out. The kids have to disown him. He's got to lose his job. He's got to have no money. He's got to realize it and get shocked and make a change in his life because he somewhat cares. That's what happened the first time with WWE. Vince, people don't like this. I don't give a damn. Vince, ECW, they're doing this, that, and the other thing. I don't give a damn. Vince, WCW's beating us in the ratings. I don't give a damn. Vince, I don't know if we can pay these salaries, Vince. Look at this amount of money. And Vince, I think we're going to have to cut costs by getting rid of the water coolers. I don't know if we're going to have a company in 2 years. I don't know if we're going to have a company in 2 years, right? All right. Attitude Era time. What are they going to say to Vince right now? Vince, I don't know if the fans really like this. Oh, they don't know a damn thing. Vince, the money is really good. We're making a shitload of money, Vince. Great to hear that. Hey, Vince, we had 46,000 people at SummerSlam the other night. Hell yeah. Hey, Vince, here's a $100 million deal with Peacock. Here's a $1 billion deal with Peacock. Here's hundreds of millions of dollars with Saudi Arabia. The shares are going up. The stocks are up. Sell a bunch of stocks. We're making money left over, right? We're fucking killing it. Okay, we lost some money with house shows, and we lost some money with ratings and things. We're paying this guy like fucking $4 million to put a mask on. You know, let's get rid of him. Sounds good. All right, fuck him. That's it. That's it. It's not even comparable. It's not even comparable to rock bottom of an alcoholic. Not even comparable. 1995, they're taking the water coolers.
Hey, if you were looking for something to watch on Peacock, you should totally watch the WWE 24 special thing for WrestleMania 2021. Really cool to see how they dealt with the rainstorm. Also, which do you think was better, Mania or SummerSlam this year?
I think, I don't remember a lot about anything at this point from WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania was better because what the fuck was good at SummerSlam for a match? So I think it's got to be WrestleMania, I think. By the way, Adam Cole deleted everything. Now, again, guys, listen. If I was going to go to the main roster in WWE and we were going to keep it a surprise, I would have Adam Cole delete everything WWE. However, they're not that smart, and they've done nothing like this in the past recently, but shit on people from NXT. So I have every reason to believe he's left WWE and NXT. The top of any company brand I've ever worked for. Never change. Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole Pro. No NXT, no WWE. So He's removed all the WWE stuff from his profile. Watch WWE 24 on Peacock. Thank you for that, by the way. I don't think I did watch that. So, yeah, that would actually be something nice to watch. I think I will watch that. I'll probably watch it tonight, actually, to be honest. Then I'll review it and put it up as a video. Why not? But that's it, man. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for being here, liking the video and sharing the videos and subbing to the channel, all the new subs. What's up? Thank you guys for being new subs and for jumping on the Joe Cronin train of dildo. Tonight's Sunday. We'll be live tomorrow night after Raw, as always. So what's going to happen in the 3 hours of Raw tomorrow night that could make me wet? We'll find out. So tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw review. We will see you for that. And Dragunov, new UK champion, match of the night with Walter. Again, loved it. Shout out to those guys for tearing it down tonight. And I thought NXT put on a nice show. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. It made me happy.
New music order.
So, and I would say it's better than SummerSlam last night. SummerSlam was not good last night, and then what they did with Bianca was just enraging. And the Brock Lesnar thing was kind of fun. Becky returning was fun until they destroyed Bianca's life. That's just more NXT punishment, it feels like. It just doesn't feel right at all. So NXT wins, man. CM Punk, number 1 with his speech and his debut in AEW. Number 2 is Dragunov and Walter. Number 3 is NXT as a whole. Number 4 is Brock Lesnar. And I guess number 5, I suppose, is Becky coming out. And maybe in there is Edge and Seth Rollins, because that was good. Edge and Seth Rollins is in there, maybe number 3 or 4 as well. Those are the key moments to the week. So for this weekend and week. And I think that says a hell of a lot for Dragunov and Walter. And for Edge and Seth Rollins, to be honest. Yeah, probably CM Punk, then Dragunov, Walter, then Edge and Rollins, and then NXT TakeOver as a whole, and Brock Lesnar's return, number 5. And Becky gets number 6 because her whole thing's tainted by being a fucking bitch and taking that belt off of Bianca. And it's not her fault. I don't mean to say she's a bitch, but whoever made that decision is a scumbag idiot. Probably Vince. We'll see you guys. Stupid. NXT TakeOver, thumbs up tonight. Good job, guys. Thanks to all the wrestlers. Should have been in front of a bigger crowd. Goodbye.